General Hospital will reveal. In a dramatic turn of events in Port Charles, tensions between Carly and Willow reached a boiling point when Carly nearly slapped Willow, only to be stopped by Jason's timely intervention. This moment sent shockwaves through the General Hospital fan community, especially as it concerned the fate of Wiley and Amelia, two children deeply loved by both Carly and Willow. Carly's fury was not without reason. Recently, she had experienced a life-threatening situation due to polonium poisoning and had to be rushed to the hospital. During this critical moment, it was Willow, in her role as a nurse, who assisted Dr. Isaiah Gannon in saving her mother-in-law's life. Although Willow maintained a professional demeanor, she was clearly deeply affected by the situation, causing her to question the safety of the children when in Carly's care. The situation became even more complicated when Drew began to influence Willow. With the aim of seeking revenge on Carly, Drew convinced Willow that in Michael's absence, the wisest decision would be to keep Wiley and Amelia away from Carly, especially given Carly's dangerous relationship with Jack Brennan, a WSB agent. Drew saw this as the perfect opportunity to force Carly to choose between her relationship with Jack and her family. Upon learning of Willow's intention to take the children to live with Drew, Carly became furiously angry. In a tense confrontation, Carly issued a shocking ultimatum to Willow. She pointed out that bringing Wiley and Amelia to live with Drew would put them in danger, not only emotionally but also physically. Carly reminded Willow that both Wiley and Michael share the same congenital heart defect, and there was a high possibility that Amelia did too. If any emergency were to occur, Drew lacked the experience and knowledge to handle it, while Carly had faced this situation many times with Michael. Carly even threatened that if Willow continued down this path, she would not hesitate to use all her power and influence to gain full custody for Michael when he returned. She reminded Willow of her recent poor decisions, including her affair with Drew and taking the children to live with Nina without informing Michael. All of these could be used against Willow in a custody battle. Carly's threat terrified Willow. She knew that with Carly's resources and connections, combined with her own past mistakes, she could lose everything, not just her relationship with Drew but also custody of her children. This was especially concerning as Diane Miller and Martin Gray had already acted quickly to file for temporary custody of Wiley and Amelia following Michael's accident. In this difficult situation, Willow turned to Nina for advice, as revealed in the episode airing on Thursday, April 10th. Nina, despite her complicated relationship with Carly, understood the pain of losing time with grandchildren and may have advised Willow not to prevent Carly from seeing the kids. With the secret collaboration between Nina and Carly aimed at separating Drew and Willow, Nina was trying to persuade Willow with a gentle approach. However, the question remains whether Willow will actually listen to her mother's advice, especially given their already complex relationship. If Willow decides not to heed Carly's warning and continues with her plan, she may face serious consequences not only from Carly but also from Michael when he returns, particularly after he learns about her relationship with Drew. In recent days in Port Charles, tensions among the Corinthos family members have reached a boiling point as Drew Kane began to strongly influence Willow. With their complex relationship, Drew has gradually convinced Willow that while Michael is receiving treatment in Germany after a serious accident, keeping Wiley and Amelia away from Carly is the safest decision for the two children. Drew continuously emphasized the potential dangers Carly faces due to her relationship with Jack Brennan, the WSB director. The recent polonium poisoning that nearly cost Carly her life was clear evidence of the warnings that Jason and many others had given. Drew skillfully used this event to strengthen his argument, pointing out that Valentine Cassadine targeted Jack but Carly was the one who suffered the consequences. Carly is putting herself in danger, Drew told Willow during a private conversation at Metro Court. She's prioritizing her relationship with a WSB agent over her own safety and the children's. Wiley and Amelia deserve to live in a stable and safe environment. Drew's motives aren't entirely selfless. After months of tension with Carly, he's looking for an opportunity to retaliate. The current situation creates a perfect scenario forcing Carly to face a painful choice: continue her relationship with Jack or maintain her connection with her family and the grandchildren she loves. Drew has also proposed to Willow about bringing Wiley and Amelia to Washington, D.C. to live with him, where he's planning to move with Scout. He painted an attractive picture of a new, stable life for all the children, away from the troubles and dangers in Port Charles. Nevertheless, Willow isn't completely convinced by Drew's words. As a nurse at General Hospital, she directly witnessed Carly's critical condition after the polonium poisoning. She assisted Dr. Isaiah Gannon in saving her mother-in-law's life, and although maintaining a professional attitude, Willow was clearly deeply affected by this situation. During long sleepless nights, Willow has been asking herself questions about Wiley and Amelia's safety. She recalled the moment Carly lay motionless on the hospital bed, with a weak pulse and pale skin. What if the worst happened to Carly while she was caring for the children? These thoughts kept Willow awake. This week, upon learning that Carly had planned to spend quality time with Wiley and Amelia at Port Charles Park, Willow felt more anxious than ever. She faced a difficult decision: allow Carly to see the children as usual or set new boundaries to ensure their safety. In this dilemma, Willow decided to seek Nina's advice, as revealed in the episode airing on Thursday, April 10th. Although their relationship remains complicated, Nina is the only one who can understand both sides of the issue. "I don't know what to do," Willow confided in Nina during a scene at Crimson. "Drew says I should keep the children away from Carly, but I'm not sure that's the right decision. I don't want to take away the relationship between Carly and her grandchildren, but I also can't ignore the potential dangers." The big question remains: will Willow follow Drew's advice, make an independent decision, or listen to Nina, who has experienced the pain of being separated from her granddaughter? Her decision will have far-reaching consequences not only for her relationship with Carly but for the entire Corinthos family in the days to come. In this difficult situation, Willow decided to seek Nina's advice, as revealed in the episode airing on Thursday, April 10th. This is a notable step, showing progress in their mother-daughter relationship, which has experienced many ups and downs in the past. Nina, with her own painful experience of being separated from her daughter for many years, can deeply empathize with the pain that losing time with grandchildren can cause. She understands the feeling of being deprived of the opportunity to be a part of the lives of children she loves. Because of this, Nina may have advised Willow not to prevent Carly from seeing Wiley and Amelia, despite Willow's safety concerns. However, the situation is further complicated by the secret collaboration between Nina and Carly. These two women, who have been bitter enemies for years, have surprisingly allied with each other with the common goal of separating Drew and Willow. This puts Nina in a rather delicate position. On one hand, she wants to protect her daughter and grandchildren; on the other hand, she must also carry out the plan agreed upon with Carly. In her effort to persuade Willow, Nina may have chosen a gentle and subtle approach. Instead of directly criticizing the relationship between Willow and Drew, Nina may have focused on emphasizing the importance of family and stability for Wiley and Amelia. She may have shared her personal experiences to illustrate the negative consequences of separating children from their loved ones. However, the big question remains: will Willow actually listen to and consider her mother's advice? Their relationship has been complicated before, with many misunderstandings and conflicts in the past. Willow has previously disagreed with many of Nina's decisions, especially Nina's relationship with Sonny when he lost his memory. Moreover, Willow is emotionally vulnerable. She is facing divorce from Michael while also being strongly influenced by Drew. In this state, Willow may not have enough clarity to objectively evaluate Nina's advice. Additionally, the intervention of Nina and Carly might inadvertently push Willow closer to Drew. The more they try to separate them, the more they might make Willow feel that Drew is the only safe haven in her current emotional storm. The final outcome of this conversation between Nina and Willow remains unknown. It will depend on many factors, including how Nina presents her advice, Willow's willingness to listen, and other events that may occur in the coming time. Whatever the outcome, this conversation will certainly be an important turning point in the ongoing story in Port Charles. Stay tuned for the next developments in the fierce battle between Willow and Carly, especially after the tense moment when Carly nearly slapped Willow and was only stopped at the last minute by Jason's timely intervention. The situation has escalated to an alarming level as Willow is seriously considering taking Wiley and Amelia to Washington, D.C. to live with Drew, while Carly has issued a shocking ultimatum to prevent this plan at all costs. The fate of Wiley and Amelia is being seriously threatened as their family has irreparably fallen apart. Michael, the loving father of the children, is currently receiving treatment at a specialized hospital in Germany after a serious accident that left him severely burned and nearly cost him his life. Meanwhile, Willow has betrayed her husband's trust with a secret relationship with Drew, who was Michael's close friend and business partner. This relationship is growing increasingly deep, especially as Drew is taking advantage of Willow's emotional vulnerability to influence her. Carly, after discovering the affair between Willow and Drew, is seeking every way to exact revenge and protect her son's interests. She has formed a secret alliance with Nina, whom she has long considered a bitter enemy, with the sole purpose of separating Drew and Willow. This is a surprising move that shows the severity of the situation, as Carly is willing to cooperate with someone she deeply despises to protect her family. The once peaceful lives of Wiley and Amelia have been completely upended. Just a few months ago, they had a happy family with loving parents Michael and Willow, a beautiful home in an upscale neighborhood of Port Charles, and were surrounded by loved ones always ready to support them. Wiley had developed into a smart, cheerful boy with a passion for toy cars and storybooks, while Amelia, though still young, had begun to show a strong and determined personality similar to her father and grandmother. Now, everything has changed. Their father is fighting to recover from a horrific accident, their mother has betrayed the family, and people who are not their biological parents are using them as pawns in their power struggles and personal vendettas. Wiley, though young, has begun to notice the changes and show signs of anxiety, frequently asking about his father and why everyone in the family is no longer as happy as before. In the episode airing on Thursday, April 10th, Willow will seek out Nina at the Crimson office for advice. This is a notable step, showing Willow's level of desperation as she is willing to seek guidance from a mother with whom she still has many conflicts. Nina, with her painful experience of being separated from her daughter for many years, may understand better than anyone the long-term consequences of breaking family bonds. Can Nina convince Willow not to prevent Carly from seeing her grandchildren? And more importantly, is Willow clear-headed enough to listen to and consider her mother's advice, especially when she is being strongly influenced by Drew? The relationship between Nina and Willow has experienced many ups and downs, with brief moments of reconciliation interspersed with periods of tension and distance. Could this conversation become the starting point for a more enduring mother-daughter relationship, or will it only exacerbate existing fractures? Meanwhile, Carly is not sitting idle. After issuing an ultimatum to Willow, she has contacted Diane Miller, the longtime family lawyer of the Corinthos family, to discuss legal options to protect Michael's and the grandchildren's interests. Diane, with extensive experience in custody battles, has begun preparing documentation to request temporary guardianship of Wiley and Amelia in case Willow decides to take them with Drew. Jason, always Carly's loyal and reliable friend, is caught in the middle of this conflict. He understands Carly's anger but is also concerned about impulsive actions that could lead to unforeseen consequences. Jason has tried to mediate, but the situation seems to have spiraled beyond control. Sonny Corinthos, although no longer Carly's husband, remains deeply concerned about the well-being of his grandchildren. He has begun investigating Drew's recent activities, suspecting that something is amiss in his plans to move to Washington, D.C. Will Sonny discover something that could change the dynamics of this battle? Don't miss the upcoming episodes of General Hospital to find out if Wiley and Amelia can overcome these upheavals, and whether the adults in their lives can set aside their personal conflicts to prioritize the children's happiness. The battle between Willow and Carly will certainly hold many surprises, with unexpected alliances, exposed secrets, and decisions that could change the lives of everyone involved. When Michael finally recovers and returns to Port Charles, how will he react to learning about everything that has happened during his absence? And can he forgive Willow for her betrayal? These questions and many others will be answered in the upcoming episodes of General Hospital.